That was good. Greetings, children. So today is another ramble with me while I do my makeup. For today's makeup look, I wanted to challenge myself to use an eyeshadow palette that I either never used before or that I rarely use. And I bought this like maybe a month or two ago from CVS. I love Milani products. Called Gilded Gold. You had me at gold, honestly. So this is my unpopular opinion, right? Girl code does not exist outside of your friend group. And I'm okay with that. I love this tinted brow gel by LA Colors. I purchased this at the Korean dollar store. Don't sleep on it. And I say that because how do you expect a girl that you're not acquainted with, that you never knew, to have loyalty to you? Now, if we friends or family and you do some sideways shit that break girl code, yes, I do have a problem with you. In my 24 plus years of living, I realized that most people do not have your best interests. Most people are not good people. And think about this. Every person that you've met in your life, are they still around? Anyway, that brings me into my story time. My friendships all throughout middle school and high school, girls befriended me who secretly wanted my essence. Now, I don't blame them because I am that girl, and you should look at characteristics in your friends that you would like to emulate. I mean, being that your friend is a good person, because you know birds of a feather flock together for the most part, right? But a common characteristic that all these girls shared is that they kind of love bombed me at the introduction of our friendships with each other. For example, they spoke about the relationship they shared with me as if we were closer than what we are, when the friendship was still developing. For example, one of them would call me twin. One of them lied to people at school and said that I was their half-sister from their daddy's side of the family. So yeah, basically stuff like that. Another one of the girls, I actually met her in high school. Me and her bonded over the fact that we both loved fashion. So she was going like way, way, way out of her way to show her loyalty to me. And she would like do stuff like, you know, sis, I'll bring you some clothes from my house, some stuff that I don't wear anymore. And like, if you have stuff that you don't wear anymore, just let me have it. Anyway, I say all of that to say, in the end, they had ulterior motives, got romantic with the same boys that they knew I was trying to get romantic with or that I already had a relationship developed with. So in terms of friends and family, that is the only time that I believe girl code truly should exist. And even with that, it's not a guarantee that it does exist. It started with the small stuff, like doing everything you see me do. If I cut my hair off, you cut your hair off. It didn't look as good as mine though. Or if I do my makeup a certain way, now you gotta do your makeup a certain way. I get a certain hairstyle done, they would have to get a certain hairstyle done. Pose and take my pictures a certain way, they started posing and taking their pictures a certain way. And then before you know it, they were with the same boyfriends that I had. Real quick, can we talk about how intense those feelings were in middle school and high school when we thought we was in a relationship? In one particular situation, I had already moved on from the guy that I was having issues with, and I had got into a full-blown relationship, and I had been in a relationship for a few months. And so this friend in particular, she goes behind me. And I think the funniest part of it all is coming back and asking me for advice after I cried and told you how this boy made me feel. And then you expect me to help you dry your eyes after you get the same treatment because you thought you was better than me? I just want to applaud myself for how cold-hearted I was, because I really hit the girls with, just hang in there, queen. It gets better, you know. You just gotta stay down for the come up. Anyway, I just refuse to believe that these young girls at the time was really that out of touch, that disconnected. Like all of the different things that they were doing to emulate my style, my essence, my grace, my everything. It was giving single white female. Like, y'all really are obsessed with me.
Y'all really are obsessed with me. It's too much.
Anyways, I say all of that to say, girl code shouldn't really exist outside of friendships and family members. Just because you cannot expect a stranger to help keep your struggling ass relationship in tip-top shape. Anyways, this man goes off to say, as the feminine energy in the relationship, you should be doing domestic work around the house. And I just don't understand why you would want to bring a woman into your house to get on her hands and knees and scrub the floor. Like, what about that is attractive to you? And furthermore, what does that say about you that you would invite a woman inside your house while it's dirty as hell and you think it's feminine to clean up? And so that brings me back to my next point. If it's feminine to clean up, it must be feminine to wash your ass properly. And it must be feminine to roll tissue around your hand and get in your ass and clean it after you take a shit. So then that brings me to my next point. It must be masculine to have a set of ass cheeks glued together by shit. You know that ass is not getting wiped. I have a male friend that is bisexual, and he shared with me that from time to time he goes to the basketball court and he makes conversations with a lot of the guys at the basketball court who claim to be heterosexual males. They were having a debate at the basketball court about whether or not it's gay to clean your ass. And so my good male friend told me, "You won't believe this, sis." I said, "Please do share." This man told me that after conducting his study, he discovered that every single male at the basketball court who identified as heterosexual indeed thought it was gay to wipe their ass. You know, ever since he shared that with me, I ain't been right ever since. Because, sir, what transpired in your life that made you think it was okay to get your big grown ass off the toilet seat without wiping? Who lied to you and told you it was gay to wipe your ass? I really do feel for some of these males, and like, it's nothing wrong with being gay. But how do you equate wiping your ass to being gay? And if you don't want to be considered gay, just don't participate in a gay activity. Like, the logic of some men is just really absurd. It's scary. And I know the schmans who half wipe their bottom probably gonna see this. And they be mad and they be in their feelings talking about, well, that's why you got on a face full of makeup. Okay, and? No, because, like, why is it that when you start holding them accountable for the small stuff, like not wiping their ass or trying to entertain women with no money, why they be mad and talking about some looks? Never understood the concept being offended by something that don't apply to you. Hold on, should I start doing ASMR makeup videos on TikTok? What the fuck? Men are so immature. Like, when are you going to grow up and stop calling it running the train and just say that that girl made you and your homeboy drop them drawers? Like, baby, that's a threesome. Goofy butt. Or does it make you feel emasculated? I also think for men, it makes them feel a little bit better about themselves, and it makes them feel less gay or like less bisexual if they just say, oh yeah, me and my niggas ran a train on her. Like, that made you feel tough. It made you feel good. Sir, why don't you just say, me and my homeboy had a threesome with this girl? And then it's like they get around other males, try to use that against that girl, and like y'all try to play her. No, sir. The only person who kept it player in this situation was her. Like, you really let her smash you and your homeboy at the same time. I respect it. When I was in school, these niggas was really trying to clown these girls and try to make her seem like she a hoe. For somebody to be a hoe, you gotta be a hoe too, right? Because what type of respectable man are you that you would expose your goods to a woman that you consider to be a hoe? What? You such a respectable young man with standards that you allow a hoe access to your penis? That's not a good example of self-love. I just feel like if I can't respect you, you don't deserve access to my goodies. Why don't they think like this? Like, men don't be feeling ridiculous when they say the shit that they say. Like, listen to how that sounds. It be them trying to disguise it as, oh, it was a test. It was a test. If you let me do this after the first date, or if you let me and my homeboy do this to you, that's just a test for me to see if I could take you seriously. No, nigga. You're a human. You like to have sex. And men are so busy performing what they think is masculinity that they too ashamed just living their truth. Like, we live in a world where a man will shame you for laying down and having sex with him and call you all types of dirty. It's only because they think what's attached to their lower half, you think your own penis is dirty. That's why you shaming her for having sex with you. And men feel like when you allow other men to have access to your body, that's when your value decreases, because men know and understand that for the most part, they are just not good people. And so the thought process is, I'm trash, I hate myself, my penis makes me dirty. It's the fact that you allowed me to stick my penis in you. Knowing how trash and dirty I am, now I hate you. The sooner y'all start to understand that, the better off y'all will be. Now, of course, all men don't think like that, but like a good bulk of them do. When I think about mammals and how female mammals navigate the world, they don't perform and do these twirls and these tricks to get the attention of a goddamn male. They sit there, they just exist, and they let the males do all the performances. A male that has the worst performance, the male who cannot perform at all, the male who is considered weak, the male who cannot provide. Sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to miss out on mating season. It really is that simple. As women, we could learn a couple of things about how other female mammals navigate the world. What happens to that male when he cannot perform, when he's not the strongest, when he's the weakest, when he cannot provide, when he loses the fight against another male? They condemn him, they clown him, and eventually that male dies off because he cannot spread his legacy, because none of the female mammals want to reproduce with him, because he's weak and he stands for absolutely nothing. And I know it sounds harsh, but you got to think about what kind of characteristics you want your offspring to have. We bring back the days human males were shamed when they couldn't perform, because it is a blessing for a woman to allow you access to her seed, okay? Because if anything, the damn egg is the seed. The sperm is the fertilizer. The girls is just out here giving y'all access, and you done gave little to nothing. Because as long as y'all allow mediocre males access, you gonna forever be down bad, and you gonna be in a never-ending, perpetual cycle of depression and generational curses. One eye open when I'm sleeping. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this ramble with me while I do my makeup. I always have the best topics to talk about. Anyway, this is my wig of choice for the day. I am staying indoors. I'm making me some salmon and some scalloped potatoes, and I'm taking some indoor photos. All these it's gonna be a good day. I love this eyebrow gel so much. You can apply as much pressure as you want to, it don't budge.